Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to every part of the world. Okay, welcome to the IPC International Project episode 49 every Friday 9:30 Malaysia time. I'm Angela Chen from IQI International Consultant Team Malaysia. Well, I know that Thailand has always been popular among tourists, the top 5 visited countries in Asia. Speaking of which, I'm glad to have Miss Phiu from Bangkok, Thailand to join us for the next topic, why Bangkok in lieu of expats. Sawadee-ka, Phiu. Can you introduce yourself?
Sawadee-ka, Angela. How are you, Angela?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm well too. Thank you so much for inviting me to your IPC program. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Phiu. I'm from IQI Thailand. And what I'm doing right now, I focus mainly on residential property. And since most of my clients, both landlord and buyer, are foreigner, so my expertise tend to concentrate on selling, renting, and buying condominiums. I also do some decorating services as well to the landlord that already purchased the unit from me. And besides that, I give a service such as due diligence for a buyer who already have property that he wish to purchase. I do some other services, like for the landlord who want to have a yellow book, want to have a pink ID card in Thailand, those kind of thing I also give that. And most of the time, actually my time being focused on property service management, serving investor who have property in Thailand.
Wow, interesting. One-stop solution. Phiu, you are actually amazing. Okay, I'm glad to have you here tonight with us. So, Phiu, has Thailand right now reopened for tourists? I mean, can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, Thailand has since years ago tightened our visa processes. So we require all the visitor as also the returning resident to undergo a quarantine of 14 days in what we call a state quarantine or a government approved facility. And our TAT, or Tourism Authority of Thailand, also announced that Phuket will be the first destination that will welcome foreign visitors. Well, but we have the condition: the tourist or the visitor must be fully vaccinated first. And so if they are already fully vaccinated, they can come in without any quarantine. So far, I checked to the latest news. I think we still on our schedule to open on the 1st of July. But I think during this month until end of June, time by time, it could change. So actually, but I think there is a high hope on that it will not change. So for those who is longing to relax in a beautiful island, so you can schedule your holiday right now. And actually, I have good news. For some nationality, they are not required to obtain any visa at all if they come in a tourist purpose. So those are the US, Canada, UK, and I think Australian. The holder of those passports will be able to come in, but they will allow to only stay 45 days per each per trip that we come. But they still are required to obtain the certificate of entry and also quarantine during this period. And I hope that we will have more update about the whole Thailand itself, like Bangkok, by October from the government, whether the tourists can come in or not.
Wow, great updates, Phil. I miss holiday in Thailand very, very, very much, Thinking of a fabulous food choice from the streets to the restaurants. And of course, not to mention about the shopping paradise. And some massage after the shopping. And of course, nevertheless, the Thai people are very, very friendly. So, by the way, are there still a lot of expats in Bangkok now?
Yeah, Bangkok is the world's largest expat community, over 3.5 million. And Thailand also a favorite destination for a couple of nationality. The retiree of France, I think British and American, they like Thailand so much. I think that one of the reason is because our living cost is so low. When you compare the living cost of Bangkok to France, we are 48% cheaper. And when you compare to United States, we are 31% cheaper. And besides, although we are not a widely spoken English like Malaysia, but people who work in the tourist industry and also in general, we are quite okay with English. You still can survive, and I think not survive, but you can feel comfortable to go around here anyway. And so so that's why beside Bangkok, we also have another city that also attract a large community, expatriate community. Those are like, if it's closer to Bangkok, is the Hua Hin. It's about 200 kilometers from Bangkok. And we have Pattaya. And when you go to the north, we have Chiang Mai. To the south, we have, of course, the famous popular Phuket. Both Chiang Mai and Phuket, they are actually an attractive cities with cultural diversity, and also they have the branding of their own authenticity inside.
Well, I can see that, Phil. You have speaks very fluent English because you have been talking. You have been meeting a lot of foreigners in all your industries. So yeah, action speaks for it, right? So it is so true that. What about the any restrictions for foreigners to buy condominiums in Thailand? That is a good introduction, and let the audience know about it.
In order to purchase the condominium in Thailand, there are actually no restriction on nationality, no restriction on any type of visa. If you can come in Thailand legally, you can purchase our condominium already, a freehold condominium. But we do have condition. According to our Condominium Act Amendment number 4, 2008, we allow foreigner to purchase condominium up to only 49% of the whole area, the selling area of that project. So however, during this pandemic, our government considering amend that law. They will, this is actually still in process, but what they will amend is that they will expand the purchase ceiling of the condominium expand from 49% up to 70 and 80%. But that is when the excess of the number that exceeds 49%, they have no right to vote on the general meeting anymore. However, I have to mention that this royal decree will give this special privilege to purchase only 3 to 5 years.
Wow, it's very generous. To me, it's very generous.
You have to be hurry.
Yeah. Okay, wonderful. What about people always talk about land and houses? Can they actually buy? Foreigner can actually buy houses or land in Thailand?
Yeah, good question. Because a lot of foreigners buy lands in Thailand, but it's actually in general, foreigners are not allowed to buy lands in Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of exemptions, like inheritance or a lot, but one of them, what I think is might be interesting for the audience tonight, is that you are allowed to purchase land when you do an investment in Thailand above 40 million baht. That is according to our land code. And after you do that investment, you are allowed to purchase the piece of land that for residential, and so you are allowed to own it. But that piece of land must not bigger than 1 rai, and 1 rai is about 0 to 39 acres. But as I said, there are quite a complicated process to go to that. However, next as just like I just spoke Dutch, just like Condominium Act, this land code, the government also considering amending this land code as well. They will allow foreigner to purchase the landed house with the land. It's normally when foreigner purchase a landed house, they will own only the property, and the land, the title deed of the land will be under the name of the developer. But they will amend it. They will allow foreigners who purchase that landed house, but only in the housing project only. And the price must be above 10 million. Then foreigner can own that piece of land as well. Although I have to mention that it's still in process, there is quite a resistance on this from the local, but I think it will be approved, and it could be like approved at the last quarter of this year.
So you were just saying that it is would it this only apply on projects, but what if it's the non-projects is definitely or secondary? No,
those.
Okay, all right. So well, there's another great knowledge to input to our diversify your portfolio to your investments. Yeah. So let's welcome to those again who has just tuned into our International Prop Chat episode 49. This IPC is held every Friday, 9:30 Malaysia time. I'm Angela Chen from IQI International Consultant Team in Malaysia. Tonight's topic is why Bangkok in lieu of expats. And I have Phil from Bangkok with me tonight to share this topic. And I know that you have been handling most of the foreign investors or expats from your time, your work. So can I know, or everyone will be curious, how do you actually get in touch with these expats or these foreigners?
Well, I live in Europe for longer than 10 years, so I have quite a few good network in Thailand, foreigner network, and also I attending a lot of events and activities. A portion of my client come from digital channel, and a big part also, especially the landlord, come from referral.
Oh, that's good. So just curious, which part of Europe were you there, or no? Do you miss staying there?
Well, I live in the Netherlands.
Oh, beautiful place.
Yeah, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, for the one who know a little bit of Netherlands, I used to live in Groningen and later on in Rotterdam.
Mm-hmm.
And what do I miss about that country? I think I miss green in the big city. I used to live nearby a big forest and lake. So I think I miss that part a lot. But well, Bangkok starting to pay more attention or give actually see the importance of clean in the big city lately. So we actually have planned to connect our Lumpini Park, like the big park in the middle of the city nearby Silom area, to Benjakiti Park, which is in Sukhumvit area. So those are actually good news. I'm very happy about that.
Wow. No wonder you have excellent eyesight, not like me with glasses, right?
No, not
Because
really.
you see green. So yeah. So where do most expats live in Thailand?
The foreign community in Thailand is spread in many cities. As you might expect already, Bangkok has the greatest amount of the expatriates, expatriates communities. It's quite a challenge word for me, the expatriates community. So they tend to live in Bangkok and also is a monopolitan area.
Mhm.
And in Bangkok itself, they concentrate on Sukhumvit, Silom, Sathorn. There are I think nationality wise, a Western, a Japanese, and Indians, because that area is easy accessible with public transport, our SkyTrain, and our under train, MRTs, our SkyTrain we call BTS, our under train we call MRT, and also in the area we also have a lot of taxi, tuk-tuk, or the Thai popular auto rickshaw. And there are a lot of motorbike as well, very easy to go anywhere. And expats who live longer in Thailand, they tend to use the service of motorbike as well. And another big city that have a fair amount of foreign residents is, like I mentioned before, Hua Hin, Pattaya. I think Koh Samui could be added to Phuket and Chiang Mai.
All right. I took tuk-tuk everywhere when I was in Bangkok to avoid some of the congested traffic, especially at the peak hours. So
Well,
yeah, it's quite popular tuk-tuk there.
Well, to be honest, tuk-tuk has become actually a transport for tourists right now, unfortunately. When I was young, I still young, but when I was younger,
Yes, you are still young, very young, okay?
but when I was younger, the tuk-tuk is cheaper than taxi, and we use tuk-tuk because of that reason. Now the price of tuk-tuk has increased. So I think it's because of the special adventurous experience compared to
Yes.
taxi, and the price. So the passenger, like the tourists, also like to use that. Do you have tuk-tuk in Malaysia?
Oh, definitely no.
No.
Yeah, speaking on that, yes, it's true. It's very adventurous. I mean, from such a narrow road, they can actually squeeze it in. Wow. And that, yes, their prices are more expensive. And before that, I was thinking tuk-tuk is actually cheaper. But when it comes to taxi, I realized the taxis is actually cheaper, although they do have a surcharge when the minute you get in. But at the end of the day, it's still cheaper than the tuk-tuk. But I guess again, from France, they say that you can negotiate. So therefore,
Yeah.
before I actually get in, I negotiate for the price first. If the price is all right, then I'll just get in because to save time.
Yeah, that's the point. You need to know the price approximately before you get starting to negotiate. Then you have a super and good price experience.
I think that is everybody's experience when it comes to Thailand to take this tuk-tuk. So, but for Malaysia, oh no, the popular ones right now, I think is the Grab car.
Okay.
So back to our topics tonight. Well, can you tell us why Bangkok, or for that matter, Thailand, in lieu of expats? I mean, this is our main topic, and everybody is, I mean, so ready to know that.
Well, actually, there are many reasons. Firstly, from the government side, our government, we have a strategy plan that we call Thailand 4.0. Under this strategy plan, Thailand issues several income incentives to promote businesses. The purpose is actually to lure international firms to relocate their regional office and also their head office to Thailand. And Thailand has ambitious to be an international operating and administrative hub for Southeast Asia.
Mhm.
And one of the main points that that bring us to that ambitious is to develop Thailand's eastern seaboard to become the EEC. EEC is Eastern Economic Corridor to serve the whole ASEAN. So the investment promotion measure also come from the EEC. I will give you more information about EEC later because there are a lot more to that. And beside the EEC, Thailand also has something that not many people know. We call IBC, that is International Business Center. This happened since the year 2018. IBC offer a number of incentives to multinational that intending to invest or the one who currently holding investment in Thailand. So both EEC and IBC, they are being promoted by our board of investment or what we call a BOI.
Oh, okay. So, uh, are there many silver investment incentive?
Yeah, they are mainly actually divided into two categories.
Mm-hmm.
The first category is incentive, tax incentive, and the second category is non-tax incentive. I give you an example. The tax incentive are like corporate income tax exemption, exemption on import duties on machinery, exemption on import duties on raw material, but under the condition that the material must be used in manufacture of export. or on R&D purposes. And for the non-tax incentive, there are several areas. Like for the real estate area, the foreign entitles are allowed to own land and property for their business operation. And for the financial area, there will be the incentive. It's actually there will be no restriction on foreign currency. And for other points, like the work permit, visa facilitation for top management and the experts.
Wow. Yes, no wonder there is, I mean, a lot of the manufacturing is all in manufacturing, like I would say Toyotas, you know, and all those Panasonics, they are all, they assemble in I mean, they have it manufactured in Thailand. Now I can see that because you have just highlighted all this great information. So, okay, what about those that I know that there are several visas granted for the foreigner scheme, right? Can you also illustrate a little bit about that?
You talk about the Smart Visa project, right? I think.
Yes.
We have the Smart Visa project that intended to encourage foreigners to enter to Thailand, to enhance their knowledge and to exchange knowledge and enhance their business growth. And under that Smart Visa project, we have 4 types. The first type is we call Smart Visa E, either for the entrepreneur or for the executive. Actually, entrepreneur is with S. E for the executive, actually that is for the bachelor degree or the higher and the long-term experience of people who have long-term experience in multinational firm. And for the investor, we have Smart Visa I. For the entrepreneur and the starter or the startup, we have Smart Visa S. And for the family of the expat, we have what we call Smart Visa O.
Yeah. Okay. That is really good.
Yeah.
So it looks like there is too little times and too many to talk. I mean, you have explained it very well. And of course, what about covering some of the few informations of EEC provinces and industries? Maybe you can brief us a little bit about that, because just now you say you was give us more details about it.
Yeah, that's true. I will give you more detail about the EEC. Well, the EEC is also give some kind of incentive. Since the year 2018, they give the incentive like 13 year of corporate income tax exemption, but they have the condition on the condition that the project must be involved with educational institutions to develop human resources by participating in vocational education training, or it could be cooperative education program, that could be as well. And the BOI has actually offered a new package of incentive in the EEC, which is actually, I won't go to detail of that part, but I will give you information about where does the EEC actually focus. The area, the 3 provinces that we are targeting are Chachoengsao, Chonburi, and Rayong. And we also have like 9 industry that we target on in that area. I give you an example. The industry like automation and robotic, bioenergy and biochemical, digital industry, aviation and logistics, also communication, health, agriculture and biotechnology, smart electronic, I think general next generation automotive. But I think I forgot the last one. I think they are nice.
That is good enough. Okay, so yeah, there is indeed many factors that the Thailand government is actually putting effort in lieu with the foreign investors to Thailand. That is the reason why we talk about EECs, and this is all anything that this is due with the government has put attractions to attract foreigners to come in. Okay, what about any more that you can add in beside that? I mean, let's not talk about these government stuff. What about the in general? What do you think that would you add more value into it?
Well, I think the other thing that I can think of if you talk about that, I think Bangkok is the city that perfectly fit to the lifestyle of the digital nomad, or what we call nomadic, I think. So do you know that we have the fastest internet in the world?
Oh, they were saying that the 5G or what, right?
Yeah, no, actually, we don't, not about the 5G, but just the speed of the internet. So based on the, let me give you more information, based on our the speed test global index. This is, I think, from December last year. Thailand ranked actually the top in that index. We replaced Singapore. Singapore was the first, and now Singapore is the second. Hong Kong ranked third. So with that fastest internet combined with the living cost, the cheap living cost, the warm climate, and the easy transportation, this actually combined together make Thailand a full package for nomadic. And we actually this year the most popular country in Asia for digital nomad, and globally we rank number 4. I think number 1 is Canada, number 2 New York City, and second New York City, third is London. And talking about that coming of that digital nomad, what happened here is that the demand for the co-working space has risen, and that is, I think, also one of the reasons why co-working space become a must in the facility of the new project condominium lately.
Yeah, I can see that. I remember I went there and visited some of the showrooms. I mean, they have such facilities, you know. And the amazing part is that I like the mirror. The bathroom had the mirror that you don't even know is actually, you know, it is when you can press anything there. It's just like acting like a PC or a TV screen, you know.
Yeah,
that was so amazing, you know.
Smart mirror.
Yes, smart mirror, yeah. So coming back to it, Malaysia is also getting very popular, especially for those new condos. I mean, people are right now working from homes, and some of the young generations also can be innovative with their own business through this co-working space. So yes, what about, can you tell us about the families, the expats families that's benefit in staying in Thailand?
Yeah, for the expat family, I think the most part that make Bangkok attractive for expat family, I think, is the international school. Thailand has was quoted actually third highest number of international school in Southeast Asia on in the year 2019. And also not forget about the good our how to say health system. Thailand actually ranked number 6 in the world and first in Asia in terms of our health care system for expat family and retirees. That is the number of the health security index in the year 2019. And also we are actually being regarded as one of the 13 countries which most prepared for pandemic. So as a result, many expats come for treatment as well as for yearly body checkups in Thailand.
Yes, Phil. I came across a lot of these newsletter about it. Yeah, pretty. I mean, for medications or for that matter, hospitals and things like that. I know Bangkok is very good. I have known quite a number of expats or come a lot of China. They actually fly over to do a medical checkup in Thailand. For that matter, some of the wealthy Cambodians, they do that too as well.
Oh, okay, Cambodian too.
Yeah. So what about, just now we talked about expats staying in Thailand. What about Bangkok? Where do expats stays in Bangkok?
They are most likely concentrate in the Sukhumvit area and also Silom Sathorn. In the Sukhumvit, they are concentrated in the area Nana. So in beginning of Sukhumvit, Nana, Asok, and then up to Pompong, Ekamai, and Thonglo. And Ekamai actually is we have a lot of Japanese community in Ekamai and Thonglo. But lately, Ekamai also an area that attract local as well. For Thonglo is actually a kind of stomping ground for the high soul crowd.
High soul means high class.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And also for luxury travelers, they also tend to concentrate in Thonglo area. And besides that, I think, like I said, Silom and Sathorn, that is more to the riverside. North of Bangkok could be Phetchaburi. There's a couple like foreign community there. And then to Ari, Rat Pout, and Bang Na also become attractive place for Hong Kong and Chinese. I think I heard about that too. So this area are actually have a good international school and also a hospital. So the CBD tend to expand. Yeah.
All right. No wonder there has several projects good project selling at these areas, as you mentioned, Thonglo, Lak Pro, and then Bang Na. And lately, I know that there is a red line extensions in Bang Na. Is that so? The
red line extension.
From the airport to. From yes, right? Yeah. That's why. Living in Thailand also means that, like you just mentioned, there are tropical climates, and the most important is developed infrastructures. I mean, particularly in these big cities, not to mention the vibrant nightlife when it comes to everything stable down and well controlled. Yes, I miss the nightlife in Thailand. And the night shopping.
Me too. I miss that too.
I want to go. Yeah. So yeah, what do you think about the real estates in Thailand? What would you your opinion?
I think well, according to our latest real estate market insight, Thailand is currently let's say it's a good time to buy because our price actually have dropped around 30%, including new condominium located in Bangkok city, and also even villa and second-hand properties are also cheaper now since the start of the crisis due to we have quite low demand. So well, that's a good, now is a good time to step in. For the
Okay.
one who want a second home.
Buy, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I totally agree with you. In every crisis lies opportunity. People who are successful are not just lucky; they are just prepared for opportunity that comes in their ways. Anticipation is power. So if you are always dream of owning a second home abroad, now is the right time. Think of Thailand, right?
Yes, thank you. There are actually too many great deals offering in Bangkok. I mean, with a good track record of developer, as well as a great location and good price.
Yeah, you are in. Yes, indeed. So let us check. We have talked too long, and yes, let us see whether there's any questions in the audience. I'm pretty sure that we speak so well and so informative. No questions so far. Thank you so much.
Nobody understands.
Everybody understands. Let's put it this way. Everybody understands because you are so good. You tell what they should know. They should know what's going on. And yeah, we touched quite a number of highlight a lot of things for them. Yes, indeed. So for those people who are interested to know more, do PM me or the international or contact or any of the international consultant teams. And you can also check our FB in the IQI International Sales page, Instagrams, or YouTube. I mean, do stay with us every Friday, 9:30 Malaysia time. And of course, we will come more interesting sessions to do. I mean, every Friday, okay? And do give us plenty of love, plenty of likes. And yes, before I end this program, let me check again. Phil, you have anything to add in?
Well,
come and visit me, right?
Well, actually, I feel very, very honored to be here tonight with you, Angela. I actually would like to take this opportunity to wish you and your family a good health and so on, and also prosperity, and to all of the audience, stay well.
Thank you so much, Phil, and I wish you the same. And I wish you, well, what you should say, stay safe and be safe, right? Yeah, I'm Angela from Malaysia. I wish you all have a pleasant night. And yes, take care and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.